Hello, Union College, and welcome to Sports for You. I am Jason Sindoni, your sports analyst, and we are going to be catching you up on this past week in sports from Union College and from around the globe. This past weekend was one of the biggest weekends on the Union College campus as it was homecoming, and there was a full crowd seeing the epic football game between Union College and Hobart College. Both teams 6-1 on the year, and with a great hold towards the playoffs, it was one big fight to the finish. Here are the first half highlights.
Letizi on the carry.
During halftime, we had the opportunity to talk to our very own President Ainley on the football team and how sports work around Union College. What is it that you enjoy most about coming to these sporting events?
Well, what I enjoy most about Union is its sense of community that we have here, and sporting events bring out everybody, which is great. And I think what you're seeing today with the hill filled and the stadium filled is that sense of community. And it brings people back like Bob Howe, who lives in Minnesota but has been such a loyal follower of Union sports. So it's a great thing.
Went to Union over 50 years ago.
Yeah, it's really great to have you back. As we see here, Robert Howe, class of 1958, here to support the cause, and a huge fan of Union College, and we want to say thank you for coming back. Last year, the football team went 3-7, and this year they're 6-1 with a really good position to go into the playoffs. So what do you think about the football team this year?
Oh, I'm very excited about it. But, you know, I was talking to one of the parents this morning. They were close last year. I mean, there were a lot of games that they were in it until the very end, and the difference this year is they're winning at the end. And so the difference between having a winning season and a losing season oftentimes is a matter of inches.
Playoffs. And so right now, Union is up 7-3 at the end of the first half, and the second half is about to be underway. Union College was able to take a commanding lead into the third quarter as they led 21-3. And despite Hobart's amazing comeback as they scored 20 points in the fourth quarter, Union College was able to pull off the win 28-23. Union now moves on to 7-1 on the season, and with this win, they have now won 7 straight games. Hobart goes to 6-2 on the season, and Union is starting to take a commanding lead as they head towards the playoffs. There was another fantastic performance by Nick Cassione as he went 14 for 24 with 272 yards and 3 touchdowns, easily his best game of the year. And so right now with Union at 7-1, they are one of the best teams in Division III, and it is going to be really exciting as the last home game is against RPI in November for the Dutchman Shoes. In other news, the soccer team for the men's had a very tight game as they had a double overtime tie against Clarkson University. They now move to 8-5-2 on the season, and they're trying to get back on track as they've lost the past couple games, and including the recent tie. And so they were on a hot streak in the beginning, and they're now trying to win the last few games as they head towards the playoffs. And so on the women's side, they had a great couple games over the weekend as they beat Bard College 2-0 and beat Clarkson University 2-1. They now move to 7-5-2 on the season, and along with the 2 wins, freshman Allison Sorkin earned the ECAC Division III North Honors. And so as a goalie, she has made 26 saves on the season, including an amazing game where she made 7 saves versus RPI. And so she was able to earn her second shutout against Bard this past weekend, and she has been doing a great job as this is her first year on the team. And she's been doing a great job trying to get the Union College women's soccer team towards the playoffs. In terms of men's hockey, the men's hockey team is trying to get back on track, and they are trying to do that right now. So Union College was able to beat RIT 6-1, where 6 different players were able to score for Union. And then on the 21st, Union beat Niagara University 5-1. Ryan Scarfo had 2 goals. Cole Meyer and Vascolius had 2 assists. And today, Scarfo's performance was able to earn him the Player of the Week. And he's been doing a great job as he's trying to get the Union College men's hockey team back on track. As they had a rough 0-5 start, they have now won the past 2 games, and Union College men's hockey team is looking to try and get back to 500 and then move towards the playoffs. And for the women's hockey team, their last game was on the 14th, but they do have a game this Friday, the 27th. They are 0-5-1 on the season, as they've had a few rough games against big teams like Penn State and University of Connecticut, but now they have a chance against Brown University to get their first win of the season, so it will definitely be an exciting one. In baseball, there's been an exciting race between the American League teams and the National League teams that are still alive in the playoffs that are working towards the World Series. In the ALCS, the Houston Astros had an exciting series against the New York Yankees. And with a quick summary, the Houston Astros were able to beat the Yankees in the first 2 games, each by 1 run, including in Game 2 where Carlos Correa hit a walk-off double against Aroldis Chapman in the 9th inning to beat the Yankees 2-1. The Yankees were able to make it interesting by winning the next 3 games and leading the series 3-2. Astros won Game 6, and it was all down to Game 7 on October 21st. But it was a bit of a rough ride for the Yankees, as they ended up getting shut out 4-0. The Yankees were limited to 3 hits by a fantastic pitching performance by pitchers Morton and McCullers Jr., as they combined for the complete game shutout of the Yankees. In terms of the hitting, the Astros were able to power through with an Evan Gattis home run in the 4th off CC Sabathia and Altuve's home run in the 5th off Tommy Kahnle. So the Astros were able to win in 7, and now they're going on to the World Series. In terms of the National League Championship Series, it was a bit different, as the Dodgers were able to power past the Cubs in 5 games. The most recent Game 5, the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Cubs 11-1, with Hernandez having an historic night as he went 3 for 4 with 3 home runs and 7 RBIs. Along with the hitting, Forsythe hit a 2-run double, and the Dodgers as a team were able to combine for 16 hits off the Cubs. And with this involved, the Cubs now lose their chance for defending their world title, and now the Houston Astros and the Los Angeles Dodgers will be going for the World Series, and it will be one epic battle. And switching over to basketball, there's been some interesting news as the season is starting to kick off. One of the big interests has been Lonzo Ball, his first couple games as an NBA player for the Los Angeles Lakers. There's been a lot of criticism over his first game, as he had a mediocre performance of 3 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. And a lot has been coming off as his father, LeVar Ball, was in on much of the action, and many people, including some members of ESPN, were blaming him for his performance. However, Lonzo Ball was able to make up for his first game, and his second game against the Suns had a fantastic performance with 29 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists, 1 assist short of a triple-double, which was a fantastic job, and it earned the Los Angeles Lakers their first win of the season. And so currently on the season, they are 1-2, but are trying to look to improve as Lonzo Ball continues to try and make his performances better each game. However, the Golden State Warriors have been having some trouble. The defending champs were 1-2 on the season in the first 3 games. They lost to the Rockets 122-121 as Durant's buzzer beater at the end of the 4th quarter was waved off. They also had a loss to the Grizzlies 111-101, where both Durant and Curry were ejected. And so there's been a lot of criticism over those 2 losses. And during the Grizzlies game, Curry still had 37 points and went 6 for 11 from the 3-point line, but it was not enough for them to overcome the Grizzlies. And so after that, they were able to come back and make a huge win against the Mavericks, 133-103, as they moved to 2-2 on the season, but they are now way behind as they're trying to catch up in terms of the winners bracket. Along with the team, small forward Klay Thompson has been very charitable lately, as he is going to give $1,000 per point of his season to a local charity. And so a lot of sympathy has been going out for him, and a lot of encouragement has been going out for him to achieve his goal. And along with the Western Conference, the Rockets are now 3-0 on the season. And with a dominant performance by James Harden and the rest of the team, they are looking really good in the first few games and the first week of the season. And in terms of football, there is a big game between the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. It was the Super Bowl match from last year back here in the regular season. The Patriots were able to score 23 straight points, similar to their comeback, except the Falcons weren't able to score at all. Last year, they were one of the most dominant offensive teams in NFL history, and right now we're struggling against the New England Patriots as the Falcons lost 23-7. Tom Brady had another fantastic performance, going 21 for 29 with 249 yards, and the Patriots continued to hold strong as they go towards the middle of the season. And that is all your Major League sports, and don't forget to catch us next week for more sports from Union College and from around the world. I'm Jason Sindoni, your sports analyst, and from everybody at TVUC, we'll see you next time.
Hackett's kick is good with 3 minutes and 47 seconds.